Morning, YouTube. All right, so said the last time I was going to do start doing plumbing, and this might not look like it at first, but it is part of the plumbing. I am about to start working on the bathroom area. If you remember, it's, well, you can't see it. The wheelchair lift is back here behind it. That gave me the size. And what I'm going to be working on today is the first step in that is the composting toilet. And as you may have figured out, if I don't need to buy it, I'll make it, or if I make it, if I don't need, hey, whatever. I like making stuff. So I'm going to do things a little different. I'm doing a composting toilet. A lot of homemade ones out there using a 5-gallon bucket. I'm going to be using this. Now, some of my friends will tell you that it's obvious why I need something that big because I'm full, well, full of. Anyway, I'm doing a little bit different. I want to try something, little experiment. I tried to find some literature on it, can't find it. If somebody else out there knows something about it, I would appreciate it, put in some comments. I'm going to do a worm bed, and I'm using red wiggler worms. Their main habitat, what they really like is breaking down manure. I'm going to obviously hew manure and put in sawdust. And I need to put in a urine separator, keep the urine out, because that'll change the pH to the point that the worms wouldn't like it. One of the reasons to do something this big is the seats over here. This gives one side that would be a place for the worms to retreat if the balance pH gets out of whack over here. If I keep seeing a lot of worms on this side, I don't worry about it. I can also pick it up, turn it around. That way, when it gets time to empty it, I can empty one side, leave the other side as basically starter. And over here, I'm going to build in a chamber for the cat pan. And I do have a ventilator that I'm going to put in. So I got first step is I am going to put down basically the same way I did the floor here, and so we'll get that cut. We'll get the foam and the plywood down on that, and then go from there. So let's go outside and start. We'll cut the 2x4 for the face, for the frame, and the plywood, and we'll get going. See you outside. think it needs to be nudged at that end. Let me go get the nudger. There, nice tight fit. Okay, I think I'll have to pre-drill these. Seem to remember doing that a while back. All right, so let me get this anchored. I'm using the self-tapping screws, but this floor is a little thicker than they're made for. So let me get the drill. We'll pre-drill it. We'll get that done, and then start working on the case. So there's the basic shell, or the basic framework. I'm going to put a divider in here because this is where the cat pan is going to go. And still running through some ideas on that one. And then I'm going to make solid top here, solid front here, and this part's going to be hinged so I can get at the bin. So let me get this piece cut that's going to go in there. Get that divider in. Yeah. Always one one spot. I do believe I hit one of the screws. Okay. On this end, we've got this little setback. That's why I cut this little piece here. And now, this piece. What I'm going to do is trim this and so it fits nice, and I'm going to make it hinged so that I can get it open to get the cat pan out, and I need to cut a hole right there. So let's go and do that. We'll trim this down a little bit and get that hole cut. We'll just set it in place for now, and then I get the top. Occurs to me my fat cat might not fit through this, so I'm going to take this in tonight, prop it in front of a box because she loves boxes, and see if she goes in and out. If she does, good. So we're going to test it. Let's see how it fits. So I may do is cut along here to put the hinges on it so it opens up. Get that figured out, but for now that's good. Now to work on the top. Okay, so as I mentioned before, it's curved back here. Took a piece of cardboard, got it lined up, and then trimmed it. I tried a couple of ways till it fit. Basically made a template, and so it fits in there beauty. So, I do have to trim it a little bit, looks like. A little bit more off of that curve. Let's see. take it from here. Or I just live with that. That's going to be covered up. Put this in here. Do a scribe right along this edge. Get a real nice fit. I cut it just a little oversized. But I don't want anything on the edge that's going to catch my legs or anything like that, so we're going to smooth that out. Okay, so we got that. Now, position the seat. What I'm going to do is build a box on top here with a cover over it for the sawdust, because basically you flush it with sawdust. Do your business, put a little sawdust on top, boom. I'm thinking of switching my cat over to, they make a cedar shavings, cedar sawdust kind of cat litter, and that way when I scoop it out of that, scoop it into this, and we're all good. So now, one thing I've always told anybody who's working for me, when you are doing a toilet, when you're building like stall walls or you're getting the thing positioned, sit on it. I mean, I don't want to be too close to the edge. I don't want to be too far back from the edge. So that feels about right to me. So I'll put it there. It'll be over one end of the bin. Make this hinged. And we'll cut that hole. I'm going to cut this a little bit bigger. And I do have to make some sort of urine catcher to separate the urine out. So make something across here, catch the urine, separate it out. You don't want the compost getting too acidic or from the urine, because the worms won't like it. So let me get the trim down, get this hole cut. Okay, there we go. There's the basic part of it. I'm just going to sand a little bit, but I do have a powered vent that I need to hook up to this. It's solar, so I need to put it up on the roof, and I got to think of how I'm going to do this, because ideally it would go up in this corner. So I'll figure it out, and we'll do that next time. See you later, YouTube.
Out box. Fill in. No.